HarperCollins presents The Fear Bubble. Harness Fear and Live Without Limits. Written and read by Middleton. Prologue. There were 10 of us up there, single file up a narrow track of rock and ice. The going was hard, the incline steep. We'd been up and out of our sleeping bags since dawn, with heavy day packs strapped to our backs. We were hungry, thirsty and tired. Toes were sore and fingers were numb. The freezing air dried our mouths. I'd never been so high off the ground. The climb was such that we were half crawling, ankles bent, hands grabbing at anything that looked like it would take our weight. There wasn't much time to look around and take in the view, but with every glimpse upwards I took, I could sense the world getting bluer and bigger around us as the sky swelled into a high dome. With every movement of arm, leg and lung, we were leaving our everyday lives further behind and inching higher into the heavens. It felt rare and unsettling. The further we climbed up towards the mountain's famous pyramidal peak, the thinner the track became and the slower the going. Nobody was talking anymore. There was no laddie banter or gruff words of encouragement amongst the men. Only grunting and panting and a silence of intense concentration. As I pushed on, I kept reminding myself that we were walking in the steps of the mountaineering hero Edmund Hillary, who penetrated these glacial valleys known hereabouts as combes, and scaled these icy cliffs more than 6 decades ago. We were way above the birds, it seemed, intruding into the realm of the gods and playing by their rules. I tried not to focus on the height or the danger, although I could feel the fear as a kind of tense sickness in my gut. This was getting serious. A couple of steps to the right and you were off the mountain, dead. A crack, a cry, shit. A rock the size of a cannonball flew past my face, missing my jaw by about half an inch. It was so close, I could smell its cold, metallic tang as it shot by. I lurched out the way, skidding on the track, almost following the rock down. Above my head, a brown boot scrabbled on the snowy scree for purchase. I looked down to see the rock being swallowed by the abyss, smacking and echoing as it bashed down the mountainside. An icy wind blew around my neck and face. "You all right?" I shouted up. The lad above me was gripping onto the mountainside, as if the earth itself was shaking. His cheeks were pale, his shoulders slumped, his gaze rigid. "Yeah," he said. And then with a little more assurance, "Yes, mate." I watched him steel himself and tried to swallow his dread. He turned to carry on. "Good man." He lifted his leg once again, trying to find a more secure foothold. But then he paused, his boot hovering mid-air. He sucked in tightly through his chapped lips, breath billowing out. "I'm coming down," he said. I thought he was going to lose it. His breathing became rapid and he started looking around him, as if surrounded by invisible buzzing demons. "Just take it slow," I shouted up. As he picked his way past me, I pressed my body into the freezing incline. His fear was infectious. I wanted so badly to go with him. It was safe down there. There was tea and biscuits and shelter. What the fuck was I doing up here? What was the point? What was I trying to achieve? The mountain didn't want us crawling up it like fleas. It was making that all too obvious. It was trying to shake us off, one by one. Who was I to think that I could take it on? Who was I to think I could succeed where Hillary himself had struggled? How was I supposed to know where to put my feet? The guy in front of me had placed his foot on a rock that looked like it had been rooted in place for thousands of years, and it had nearly made him fall off the mountain and taken me with him. "What are you doing, Midzi?" came a frustrated voice from below. "Come on." I had to make a decision one way or the other. I had to commit. Up or down. It was up. I pushed myself back into a climbing position. The instant my body followed my mind's instructions, something incredible happened. The entire mountain changed. It wasn't trying to shake me off anymore. It was pulling me towards it. Every rock had been put there, not to trick me, but to help me. When they worked loose from the mountainside,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?